to my Metric Maths Made Easy YouTube channel. Functions and graphs and introduction. So quadratic functions and parabolas. This is the last of the quadratic function, the simplified one. So suppose you are asked to represent the following function, p of x on a graph, p of x equals negative x squared negative 4. So starting point, when you're on quadratics, you always look at the coefficient of x squared. In this case, a is equal to negative 1, which is less than 0. So it means that you get a maximum p. So if you get the maximum p, it means that your graph goes up, and it comes down. This is your graph of p. So what you need to find next is your axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry, you look for p equal to 0, means axis of symmetry is when x equal to 0. When x equal to 0, you get your y-axis. Anyway, so here is your x equal to 0. Here is your y-axis. But also, it's maximum p here. So your maximum p max. So maximum p is when x equal to 0. So x equal to 0, get maximum p, and your maximum p when x is equal to 0, get your p of 0 equals to negative 0 squared minus 4 is equal to negative 4. So point here is that p equals to negative 4, or rather y equals to negative 4, because this is your y-axis. So your negative 3, and then your negative, basically, your negative 3, negative 3, and your y equal to 0 is above here. Let's see, this graph is going up and up, y-axis. And the y equals to 1, y equal to 0, which is your x-axis, x-axis. And then here is negative 4. So here is 0, negative 4, and then it means that here is negative 5, y equals to negative 5, y equal continues to be negative, but somewhere here y equals to negative 2, negative 1, negative 3, negative 1, 0, 1. Now we see that your y max, your p maximum, so your range is y less than or equal to negative 4. So your y is never greater than negative 4. It's never greater than negative 4. So basically it will never be 0. So again, it means that it's not going to cut the x-axis. So you won't have the solution, you won't have the roots, you won't have the critical values, whichever we call it. But again, we have to test it using the equation that we were given. So, what is the equation? Equation is p of x equals to negative x squared minus 4. So must equate it to 0, negative x squared minus 4 equal to 0. So we got your left hand side equals to your right hand side. But now you want to isolate x. So to isolate x, you must add 4 to the left hand side, and then add 4 to the right hand side. It's good. So end up with a negative x squared equals to positive 4. But again, as I said before, that is the finding factors of a negative x squared is difficult for some. So what we need to do, we need to divide by negative 1 on the left hand side each term, and then divide by negative 1 on the right hand side. So we'll end up with positive x squared equals to negative 4. So again, we'll have a problem here. So we'll take a square root of both sides. So we'll take a square root here, and then take a square root there. But once we take a square root on the right hand side, the story becomes plus or negative, square root of negative 4. We all know that square root of negative 4 is not real. Yeah, square root of negative 4 is not real. So it's not a real number. So we don't get a solution. So we don't have the rules which the graph shows. Anyway, it doesn't cross the x-axis. Yeah. So please like, please comment, and share with others. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It goes a long way into assisting me. Thank you.